Hello everybody, good afternoon. This is News Today. My name is Kenneth Jesse. We're your home of independent, fearless and credible journalism. This afternoon, 2 persons are in critical condition and several others injured after a devastating armed robbery attack occurred on a commercial bus near Walawwali. The electricity company of Ghana, ECG, in the Ashanti South region has disclosed widespread power theft in Galamsey-prone areas with Obuasi, Manso and Dunkwao identified as hotspots. And Ghana deploys contingent of soldiers to Jamaica to support reconstruction efforts following the widespread devastation caused by Hurricane Melissa. A minority in Parliament demands resignation of Lands and Natural Resources Minister, accusing him of flip-flopping on the lithium mining agreement. Details next. Hello again, and this afternoon 2 persons are in critical condition and several others injured after a devastating armed robbery attack occurred on a commercial bus near Walawwali. The bus traveling from Bolgatanga to Tamale was ambushed by gunmen after stopping in Walawwali. Some have linked the incident to the ongoing Bawku chieftaincy conflict, which has claimed hundreds of lives. The Asantehene Otunfo Osei II presented a mediation report to President John Dramani Mahama yesterday, which the Nairi, overlord of Mamprugu, has rejected today. Well, the government is expected to take decisive measures to address the conflict and restore peace in the region. Here's an eyewitness account.
Borga. And because we didn't get enough passengers in Borga, the VVIP here invited us that we should come for top-up. The bus was full and we have moved going towards Tamale. So on reaching the hilltop there, the outskirts there, then I saw 2 tires on fire in the middle of the road. So I stopped. There I heard gunshot. But first I thought, because we are in the Xmas mood, I thought people were making fun. There I heard gunshot again. Then the last one that they fired entered the bus and hit my brother's head. So what I did was I opened the door for everyone to run for her or their life. So I also made my way through the bush. I came across and then entered the road here and reported to the police, to the hospital. Why even I didn't know that the police had taken him to the hospital. So later I came here and found him lying down.
What time was it?
It was some few minutes after 6 o'clock. Yes.
Away from Walawwali, the Asantehene Otunfo Osei II has called on government to take a firm action in the implementation, reconciliation and implementation of the recommendations of the mediation report. And this follows an official presentation of the report to President John Mahama at the Jubilee House yesterday. First, listen to Asantehene on some key findings and recommendations of the report.
The final resolution of the Bawku matters requires that Mr. Seydou Abagari be recalled to Nalerigu by the Nairi to be reassigned to play another traditional role at the Palace of the Nairi, assisted by the state. Alternatively, he may choose to stay in Bawku as an ordinary citizen of the community, but not to pose as Bawku Naba. The final recommendation, Mr. President, I recommend that my brother, the Nairi, accepts the laws as presently constituting as Sigri Abugrabu Azoka as the chief of Bawku and head chief of the Kusasi traditional area. We chiefs, no matter how exalted, do not live above the Constitution of Ghana and the laws duly enacted and affirmed by the courts. Accordingly, the laws which recognizes Asigri Abugragu Azoka must be enforced by the government of the Republic of Ghana until change in accordance with the 1992 Constitution or review by the Supreme Court of Ghana.
And the Asantehene, as part of the recommendations, wants government to be firm in the reconciliation process to bring lasting solution to the area.
Government must enforce the laws and deal sternly with any person challenging the lawful authority of the Abugra Asoga. This is critical to the restoration and maintenance of peace in Kusasi traditional area. I wish to thank you, Mr. President, and your predecessor for reposing such confidence in me and tasking me with the mediation of this conflict with a view to finding a lasting solution. I also want to thank the Nairi and the Bokunaba for their efforts relative to this mediation process. The various chiefs or heads of various communities whom I met in the area who also participated in this endeavor deserve positive commendation.
Well, President John Mahama, on his part, promised that government will issue an official government position on the report by close of day.
When I took over from my predecessor, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, in the security briefing he gave me, he mentioned that he had invited Otumfuo to be the sole mediator in the conflict that was raging in Bawku at the time. And so shortly after I took over, I paid Otumfuo a visit to confirm, the status of mediation and whether he actually had accepted to mediate. And he confirmed that he had. And so even though the mediation has been long, and I can understand the complexity of the Bawku case, and so it needed time and patience to be able to thoroughly engage all the parties and be able to flesh out the facts and finally come out with a recommendation. Today, I'm pleased that we have come to the end of that journey and we're embarking on the next leg of the journey. And as he himself said, this was not an arbitration. An arbitration normally will make an award on who is right and who is wrong. This was a mediation, and the next leg of the journey is to reconcile our two brothers and sisters from the Kusasi and the Mamprosi side.
From the seat of government, let's take you to the House of Legislature, where the minority in Parliament is demanding the immediate dismissal of Lands and Natural Resources Minister Emmanuel Amakofibua. They are accusing him of mismanaging the lithium deal with Barari DV. According to the group, when the minister presented the deal before the House, he defended its terms and insisted it was a much better deal. Speaking on behalf of the MPP minority, Old Tafu MP Vincent Azefua berated the minister for flip-flopping on the deal.
Have been satisfied, and the same agreement is later withdrawn on the basis that those requirements were not in fact fully met. Accountability must necessarily follow. In every democracy, ministers bear personal responsibility for the accuracy, reliability, and completeness of the information they place before Parliament. The integrity of parliamentary oversight depends on it. The minister forcefully defended the agreement, dismissed concerns raised by the minority and civil society, and presided over its presentation to Parliament for ratification. The subsequent withdrawal of the agreement, now explained on grounds of inadequate consultations and the need for further review, represents a direct contradiction of the assurances previously given to Parliament. This sequence of events amounts to an implicit admission that Parliament was asked to proceed on the basis of information that was at best incomplete. While the minority recognizes the consultation and stakeholder engagement are essential of responsible governance, such engagement must occur before an agreement is defended and laid before Parliament, not after it has been withdrawn under public pressure. It is neither reasonable nor acceptable to assure Parliament that consultations have been concluded, only to later rely on insufficient consultation as justification for a reversal. It is this inconsistency between what Parliament was told and what has now been conceded that lies at the core of our concern. Lithium is a strategic mineral with far-reaching implications for Ghana's industrialization agenda, energy transition, youth employment prospects, environmental protection, and intergenerational equity. The management of such a resource demands clarity, consistency, and foresight. The minister's erratic handling of this matter has undermined public confidence, weakened Ghana's negotiating position, and exposed Parliament to avoidable embarrassment. In any functioning democracy, a sector minister who presides over such contradictions and uncertainty on a matter of national importance must take responsibility for his action. In these circumstances, the minority of the 9th Parliament in Parliament is of the firm view that the honourable course of action is for the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources to resign or be relieved of his position in the interest of accountability, good governance, and restoration of public trust in the management of Ghana's mineral resources. The minority reiterates its unwavering commitment.
That's the MPP MP for Old Trafford, Vincent Asifua. Let's stay a while in Parliament and speak to our resident correspondent, Kweku Asante, for more. Kweku, do we have any response from the majority side yet?
Well, I can assure you that by close of day today, we're going to get responses. Already, I'm digging and getting some information that the minister's side may be putting a public release out to contradict some of the points that have been made. In fact, one person telling me in confidence, off the record, that they do not concede to this idea that the minister has bundled this process up, for which reason they may demand his resignation. And they are clear that he is not going to resign. As far as he's concerned, he has done what is right. And by close of day today, they're going to put out some public release telling their side of the story. And they are doing this by withdrawing the lithium agreement from Parliament about 2 weeks ago is because they want to get a deal good for the people of Ghana. And despite they having come to Parliament and presented it, did not preclude them from actually coming back to Parliament to withdraw it. And so they reject in its entirety this new demand by the minority. We're going to hear from them by close of day today.
That's quite interesting. And we have 3 more sittings for the House to go on Christmas break. How is business in the House taking shape?
Working on Friday, members of Parliament will take a break to go and have Christmas with their families and go back to their constituencies. Ordinarily, this week would have been a very busy week because there would have still been a number of estimates of the various MDAs from the 2026 budget that are still outstanding. But the majority side have been able to get all of those through. So when it comes to estimates having to do with the budget, all of them have been completely dealt with, but there are still bills. And yesterday there was such a major disagreement on the Bank of Ghana Amendment Act. The conversation is going to continue. They are going to come back to the floor. And so there are a number of outstanding bills, but the agenda is really rather light as Parliament prepares to go on break on Friday. And we do not expect a lot of major disagreements ahead of the appropriation itself being passed perhaps on the last day of sitting on Friday, Ken.
Kweku, keep us updated. That's our resident correspondent in Parliament. Now, the Electricity Company of Ghana in the Ashanti South region has disclosed widespread power theft in Galamsey-prone areas with Obuasi, Manso and Dunkwao identified as hotspots. Well, the power distributor says massive system losses, largely driven by illegal connections in Galamsey-prone communities, are severely denting its revenue mobilization efforts and fueling operational challenges. Well, the company has described the situation as one of their major setbacks this year and continues to threaten their operational efficiency. The ECG recounted that task forces under the Revenue Protection Unit are often attacked when during their mobilization drives. And Ashanti South Region General Manager Jonathan Ejabin says despite the strain, the company will intensify enforcement and surcharge corporates.
Our major challenge with revenue collection, so far the region is concerned, has to do with where we have these Galamsey activities. That's why we have challenge, but we are able to engage the community to let them understand the reason why they should pay electricity to us so that we can be in business. Because with that, them paying electricity, we cannot be in business. If you imagine the number of projects that I mentioned earlier on that we have embarked on, always to make sure that we provide quality, reliable supply for them. So we have a task force which works under the RP, that's Revenue Protection Unit, which they always go around, visit the district to make sure that any customer that is found culpable in terms of stealing of power will be arrested and surcharged so that we can recoup some of the money that they have stolen. Greg Galam said that the challenge there is that customers don't come out to pay willingly, and sometimes they attack our staff when they go around. I believe they do that because they don't understand our activity. So we plan to engage them, have education, customer education with them, for them to understand why they should pay electricity bill, because if you don't pay, we will not be able to have money or revenue to pay our IPPs. Apart from Obuasi, Asukwa, and Bekwai, who are doing well, Manso, Dunkwa, and New Dubiasi, that's why we had a challenge. But we believe that with effective engagement with the community.
And back here in Accra, the Regional Minister, Linda Oklu, has issued a stern warning to sanitation offenders, threatening the introduction of spot fines as part of renewed efforts to keep the capital clean. Speaking during a tour of selected metropolitan, municipal and district assemblies as part of a week-long sanitation drive, the minister expressed concern that despite significant government spending on sanitation, negative human behavior and low public support continue to undermine progress. According to her, authorities will be left with no choice but to apply tougher enforcement measures if residents fail to change their attitudes towards waste disposal and environmental cleanliness. Fatal Bayaga is part of this tour with the regional minister and is joining us live with more details. Fatal, where are you now and what can you tell us?
In Accra, as part of efforts to tackle the growing sanitation challenges the city is facing, particularly ahead of Christmas. And today, in fact, she said that they are not going to take it lightly with sanitation defaulters. They are going to go hard on them and ensure that the city of Accra is clean. I have her right here with me. She will tell us about some of the municipalities that she has visited and what she observed so far. Honorable, thank you very much. You are live on Joy News. Talk to us about the areas that you visited and what's your impression after visiting these municipalities.
All right. Thank you so much. First of all, greetings to our cherished viewers out there. Let me wish them a Merry Christmas and prosperous New Year in advance. Yeah, today as usual, you know, Greater Accra, and as a minister, we are monitoring sanitation within the district. And today here we are at La Dadekotopon. Today we are touring 4 districts, and so far we've been at Madina, we've also been at Adenta, we've been at Ayawaso West Wagon, and finally ended at Lahire. And I can say so far so good. You can see that the median are being cleared, the roadside, every place is clean. And so that is what we expect the MMDCs to do. This is what we are expecting. And when His Excellency sees such videos, he's also happy that at least cleanliness or within the region is impressed. So this is what we keep on advising the MMDCs to do. We'll keep monitoring them closely and make sure that this Xmas cleanliness, don't forget, is next to godliness. We want to enjoy ourselves in as much as we want to enjoy ourselves. In as much as security-wise, we want to attend to our security issues. We want to attend to our street light issues. Sanitation-wise, we want to make sure that everything is set for us to enjoy our Christmas.
But how do you ensure that this particular initiative is sustained? Because for many, the sustainability of it is always the challenge. How do you ensure that, you know, you wouldn't see people back to the streets, you know, littering around?
It will be sustained because that is why we reintroduced the sanitation, National Sanitation Day. We've also tasked the MMDC to put task force in place. And so you can see the task force, they are here working, making sure that the sanitation issues within the region are sustained. It's something we are going to monitor closely. And don't forget, this is what the assemblies will be judged on. It's about sanitation. And so if you sit for your district to be the last, I mean, that is up to you, the MMDC. So I believe everybody wants to win this contest. And so in as much as you want to win, you have to impress and make sure that your jurisdiction is clean.
How many task forces are each of these assemblies employing, and how do they intend to work in order that they can maybe keep the various municipalities clean?
It depends on the municipal. You know, we have district, we have municipal, and then we have metropolitan. So looking at the size of the district, that depends on the number of task force that they put in place. The MC is here, he will speak for himself, the task force. But some of the places, I mean, you can attest, they have 100, others have 150, others are as many as 200. And they are running shift as well. So we are running the 24-hour economy, make sure that the task force are always at post to work for them. Yeah.
So the 24-hour initiative is also going to be implemented in terms of cleaning in the city?
Definitely. It's very important to have the 24-hour because don't forget, it's at midnight that you see people dumping refuse by the roadside. And so we are advocating for the 24-hour economy. And that is my most priority. The 24-hour economy should work. And so the task force, they've divided them, segmented them. Others are working in the morning, others work in the night, and then others work in the night, morning, afternoon, and then in the evening. So they are working 24 hours.
You also spoke about the fact that you are going...
Fatau Bayaga there with the Greater Accra Regional Minister Linda Oklu. In other stories this afternoon, Minority Leader and Member of Parliament for Ifutu Alexander Afenyomarkin has called on parents and guardians to prioritize their children's reading and academic studies. He made the appeal at the commissioning of the ultra-modern Richard Ikem Library, an ICT center at low cost in Winneba, a facility he describes as a critical investment in education, digital skills development, and lifelong learning within the community. Evelyn Ampao has more in this report. Read to you.
Art facility named after industrialist Richard C. Ikem, who funded Mr. Afenyomarkin's education in 1995, features a 100-seater ICT center for global digital skills training, private reading rooms fostering focused research, and a 150-seater conference hall for idea sharing and future negotiations. Speaking at the commissioning of the library, Afenyomarkin called on parents to prioritize reading and studying for their children over TV or entertainment, using the library as a vital tool to build lifelong discipline.
And that is what I want to say to you parents here. That this library is more than a repository of books. It is a launch pad. Its mission is to plant the seeds that will germinate into Ghana's next generation of tech titans and ethical innovators. We dream of them building transformative industrial groups like Moses Kwesi Baden Jr., whose Margins Group is revolutionizing identity management and security across the continent.
Mr. Afenyomarkin further cautioned young people against diverting the library's ICT resources towards fraudulent schemes, noting that digital tools reveal and amplify personal integrity while demanding responsible application.
We must also sound a solemn warning. We must guard against dark temptation to misuse this powerful technology. We all have a duty as parents, teachers, and elders to ensure that our brilliant young minds see technology as a tool for creation, not crime. Let them be inspired by the Chinerehesis and the Moses Badens, who build empires not by scammers, who destroy lives and disgrace our nation.
The RC Ikem Library is the 19th library in the Futu constituency, the most in Ghana. For JoyNews, Evelyn Ampa's report read to you.
And preparations are already in full swing at the venue, the Ebru Botanical Gardens, as organizers move to transform the serene space into a vibrant hub of music, family-friendly entertainment and festive celebration. Well, the annual event promises a full day of fun for patrons of all ages, reinforcing its reputation as one of the most anticipated end-of-year outdoor gatherings on the Joy FM calendar. Well, if you missed the fun last year, Noella Karen Yale brings back memories in the following report.
In a world where busy schedules, screens and daily pressures often pull families apart, experts continue to stress the importance of quality time together, moments that strengthen bonds, improve communication and create lasting memories, especially between parents and children. Spending intentional time together away from routine and distractions allows families to reconnect, laugh, and simply enjoy each other's company, a foundation for stronger family values and healthier relationships. This Christmas season, families in Accra and those visiting from the diaspora are being offered the perfect opportunity to do just that. On December 26th, the scenic Ebru Botanical Gardens will come alive as Joy FM hosts its annual party in the park, a picnic-style, family-centered event designed to bring parents and children together in a relaxed, fun-filled outdoor setting.
We have the Daddy's Corner, where daddies can have their time and enjoy what makes daddies happy. Now, we have the family cooking competition, where daddy and mommy and the kids have come together. Now, we have also designated what we call the Ghana Village, where if you want to eat Ghanaian, authentic Ghanaian food, we are making it available for you. And it includes music, Ghanaian music, and everything Ghanaian. We also have a place where you can just go and relax. So you don't want to be around the table, you just want to bring your mat and relax. We are creating that ambience for you. So I can assure you that we are ready, and it's going to be fun, it's going to be entertaining, it's going to be relaxing, it's going to be a quality time with the family.
With live band performances.
Montessori International School, get ready, let's do this, please. Saito, don't try, you make everything. Let's do this. Same song, Montessori. Same song, Saito. Wait, Montessori. 1, 2, 3. A, B, C, D, E, F, A, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P.
Artist appearances. DJs keeping the atmosphere lively throughout the day. Families are encouraged to come along with your picnic mats, friends, and loved ones, and be a part of a memorable day dedicated to bonding, laughter, and togetherness at the Joy FM Party in the Park, happening December 26th at the Ebru Botanical Gardens.
You certainly do not want to miss the Joy FM Family Party in the Park, which comes off on the 26th of December 2025. And tickets are selling fast. You can get yours here at the front desk of Joy FM for only 300 Ghana cedis. If you want to purchase it via Momo2, the number is on your screen right now. And this ticket covers a family of 6. We're back from the break with more.
Welcome back to Business here on JoyNews. Today. My name is Winston Taki, and now to our first business story. Dash, in partnership with mobile money from MTN, is making available flexible health insurance packages for over 12 million MTN subscribers on the mobile money platform. The move is described as a revolution to health insurance through digital technology and an avenue to increase insurance penetration in Ghana. Here is a report from the launch of the partnership in Accra.
This innovative insurance package offers about 9,000 cedis annual health insurance coverage with flexibility as it allows subscribers to spread payments for over 3 months. The partnership between mobile money and Dash forms part of an initiative to increase insurance penetration through the use of digital technology. Chief Executive for Dash Health Insurance, Frank Dagby, told Joy Business after launching the partnership that more than 12 million MTN customers on the mobile money app will be able to access the service.
Momo by MTN has a large following, over 12 million. That is a huge population to deal with. So with this population we have, launching onto their platform, we are actually having access and making ourselves available to this number of Ghanaian population. In other words, we are affecting the population through Momo by MTN. If you go onto if you download Momo app, you can have access. If you dial *915#, it takes you onto the platform and you follow the processes and you sign on.
Chief Products and Services Officer at Mobile Money Limited, Sylvia Otue-Champon, believes that the support from mobile money will improve the customer service experience for subscribers of the package.
Usually when people find services on the app, they don't know Dash, but they know MTN, they know mobile money. So our call center also comes in to provide the needed support to ensure that customers are properly served. So apart from providing the technology, is the support in maintaining the services on the apps and also the customer service that also provides services to improve the customer experience.
The partnership is expected to boost overall insurance penetration across the country.
In another development, President of the Ghana Institution of Engineering, Engineer Ludwig Annan Hesse, has raised concerns about persistent procurement challenges in the country, warning that inefficiencies within the system continue to negatively impact engineering projects and slow national development. He made the remarks at the 47th induction ceremony of the Institute, where 187 new members were inducted into the professional body.
The ceremony saw the induction of 184 professional engineers, 1 professional engineering technologist, and 2 companion members, officially admitting them into the country's premier engineering body. Speaking at the event, the president of the Ghana Institution of Engineering highlighted major procurement challenges confronting the engineering sector, describing them as a setback to efficient project delivery and value for money.
Adequate time and budget must be provided for preliminary design of projects. Provide adequate details, cost and scope for procurement of design-build contracts. Where a project is based on employer design, then adequate time must be given to prepare the detailed designs and cost. Adequate time and resources must be allowed for procurement of all projects through a competitive tendering process as required by the Public Procurement Act 2003, Act 663, as amended. Single sourcing and selective tendering must be avoided as much as possible.
There were calls for the newly inducted members to uphold ethical standards, contribute their expertise to national development, and play an active role in addressing Ghana's infrastructure and industrial challenges.
Each of these occupational groups has the following classes of members. We have the senior members, we have member, we have trainee members, and we have student members. For the professional engineering class occupational group, we have a distinct class of senior members called fellows. Furthermore, the institution classifies some engineering practitioners who may not possess the requisite engineering degree as honorary fellows or or companion members.
The induction ceremony forms part of the institution's effort to regulate engineering practice and promote excellence in the profession.
We have more business update for you at 1 p.m. on the marketplace. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this break.
We bring you sports now on JoyNews Today. With me, Muftau Nabila Abdullah. The Confederation of African Athletics has announced that next year's African Athletics Seniors Championships will be taking place at the University of Ghana from May 12 to May 17. Ghana won the rights to host the African Athletics Championships in 2024, and following a meeting with the Minister of Sports and Recreation, they have resolved that the competition will take place at the University of Ghana, a period where they say that students will be on holiday. All member federations of the Confederation of African Athletics are expected to assemble their best athletes in the country for the competition. Athletes and officials are expected to start arriving in Accra on May 9, and on May 11, there will be a technical meeting before the event starts on May 12. Ghana hosted the Africa Games in 2024, having put up the right facilities required by World Athletics to be able to host standard competitions. Hence, the decision of government to bid to host the African Senior Championship. And now it has been granted, a date has been fixed, and we are awaiting the announcement of a local organizing committee for the event, which will be happening in the coming days. Ghana's Black Galaxies suffered a 1-0 loss at the hands of South Africa on Tuesday. Head coach of the team, Kasim Mingle, says he's proud of the performance of the boys despite the defeat.
I'm very much impressed with the performance of the players. You know, our final team is not a small team. Putting up such performance against them, when their coach, when he came to me, was asking me, how long have we? I said, only 3 weeks. So the boys are good. We gave them a match that has helped him to identify something before they go to Morocco.
Coach, did you get what you want, even to Ghana?
Oh, I'll say I got what I want, but there's more room for improvement. I got what I want. We came with a game plan. As I said, we watched few of their matches. We saw how they play. So we also came with a tactical play, and we neutralized their game plan. That's why they couldn't play. Everybody was expecting them to beat us. Yes, more good. But we were not lucky. We have equalized the goal and score. You know, our goals were hits inside the pool coming up. No, well, 2 occasions. So when the goal we considered, it's not so unfortunately our player lost the ball. He slipped and lost the ball to him, and the person took the ball and shot into the net. I'm happy. I'm satisfied with their performance. As I told you, there's more room for improvement. We are better, and there are some of them who will join us when we go back. They couldn't come because some of them have injuries. Some of them couldn't because of their team's engagement. So we go back. We'll continue our preparation. We had some few players that will add up to the team, so we continue our preparation.
We've got more sports stories on my joyonline.com. Up next is Showbiz.
And it's time now for Showbiz. I am Loishala Ademi, bringing you all the happenings in and around the world of entertainment. Speaking of entertainment, let's go to Obion Ponsang, who has just arrived from abroad and he's blessing us with the Coming From Abroad or Back From Abroad show. And we're really excited to speak to him. He's joining us on phone. Hi, Obi.
How are you doing?
I'm well. How are you doing as well?
I'm doing great. I'm moving around, publicity, chasing sponsorship, but it's all for greetings from abroad.
Right. Now, I mean, when it comes to greetings, what's even, put all of that together? And when I talk about greetings from abroad, how did you put it together? Why did we even choose this name?
I've been away for a while, and so my experiences abroad is what I've compounded, and I've decided to bring to Ghanaians from a comedian's perspective. The living abroad, what Ghanaians are going through, and all of that. So I was like, I need to do a comedy show while I'm coming back to represent the Ghanaian community.
Right.
Who live abroad. And so
right.
This is it, sharing experiences like that.
Right. Now, you recently won a comedy competition in the United States. What did that moment mean to you, carrying the Ghana flag on the international stage?
It was an amazing time, Lois. I'm not going to lie. Competing with about 90 comedians in the United States. The competition was called the Ultimate Comic Challenge.
Right.
And every round was beautiful. I tried my best. We did 5 rounds of it, and eventually I won. It was a high prestige for Ghanaian comedy because, we've been working hard. We didn't know our content could actually win competitions out there. And it's also a motivation for the young ones to also get better at what they do and know that it doesn't just end here.
Right.
The future is brighter the more you work hard and then you stay consistent. So I was over myself with joy.
Right. Well, we are waiting to see you, and we're excited to see you on the 20th of December, and we wish you all the best.
I'm excited to see you there too on 20th of December at the Lithium Arena. Everybody listening, watching you can get their tickets by dialing *713*33*10#, and then you get your ticket delivered to you online. Let's have some fun this Saturday.
All right, let's have some fun this Saturday. Thank you so much, Obion Ponsa. He's bringing us greetings from abroad happening on Saturday at the Bawku Arena. Now, let's head straight to you, Ken. Are you coming with me? Because it's going to be fun.
I will.
All right.
I definitely will.
I have tickets for you, so.
Thank you. Up next is world news, and this afternoon opposition parties in the Democratic Republic of Congo are raising the alarm after the arrest of former presidential candidate Emmanuel Ramazani in Kinshasa on Tuesday. And the Party for Reconstruction and Democracy said he was detained under conditions that raise serious concerns. The officers of the Common Front for Congo coalition were also raided during a nighttime search, the PPRD said. And he is the PPRD's number 2 and was the candidate for the CFC in 2018, finishing 3rd behind the current president. That's all we have for you this afternoon. For more news, you can log on to myjoyonline.com. The news team returns at 3 p.m. with The Pulse. My name is Kenneth. Jesse, have a good afternoon.